Welcome, dear one, to a space of quiet understanding and gentle wisdom. If you have found your way here, it is likely because you are on a difficult journey, one that often feels lonely and confusing. You are seeking answers, a path toward harmony within your own body. Today, we will walk a part of that path together as we explore why a wise monk does not recommend certain foods, specifically for women with polycystic ovary syndrome. We will uncover why you must stop eating these 7 fruits that can destroy your hormonal balance. Are you tired of the constant battle with your body, the unexplained weight gain that clings to you no matter how little you eat, the exhaustion that settles deep in your bones, or the emotional storms that cloud your mind? Do you feel betrayed by your own reflection, struggling with acne, hair loss, or unwanted hair growth that makes you want to hide from the world? This suffering is real, it is heavy, and it is a burden you have carried for far too long. But here is the good news, the gentle light of hope at the dawn of a new understanding. The wisdom that has been passed down through generations of mindful living can illuminate the way, showing you that the power to restore balance is not found in harsh restrictions or complicated medicines, but in the simple, conscious choices you make every single day. The right understanding of the foods you consume can calm the inner turmoil, soothe your agitated hormones, and guide your body back to its natural state of equilibrium. In today's video, we are going to delve deep into the heart of this wisdom, revealing the 7 fruits that, while seemingly innocent and healthy, can create chaos within a body sensitive to hormonal shifts, particularly for those of us with polycystic ovary syndrome. So I invite you to stay present, to open your heart and mind, because you do not want to miss these life-changing insights that can pave the way for true healing. Before we begin this journey together, I would love to feel your presence here in this space. Tell me, where are you joining me from in the world today? Please leave a comment below and feel free to share any questions that weigh on your heart. Your voice is a vital part of this community. And if you have not already, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you never miss a moment of guidance and support from our growing sanctuary of sacred women's health. Now, let us begin by first understanding the quiet disruption that certain sweet gifts from the earth can cause within your sacred body, starting with a fruit that is often seen as a symbol of health and abundance, yet holds a hidden challenge. The journey to understanding why some fruits can be disruptive begins with a simple truth, a core principle of ancient wisdom. The body is like a placid lake, and everything we consume is a stone tossed into its waters, creating ripples that spread far and wide. For a woman with polycystic ovary syndrome, this lake is already sensitive, its surface easily disturbed. The core of this sensitivity often lies in something called insulin resistance. Imagine your cells are like little houses with locked doors, and insulin is the key that unlocks these doors to let energy, in the form of sugar or glucose, inside to be used. With insulin resistance, the locks on these doors have become stiff and unresponsive. Your body, in its wisdom, thinks the key isn't working, so it sends more and more keys, flooding your system with insulin. This constant flood of insulin is a powerful messenger, and it sends the wrong signals to your ovaries, telling them to produce more androgens or male hormones. This is what creates the imbalance, the chaos that leads to the symptoms you know so well. It is not your fault. Let me say that again, so it settles deep within you. This is not a failure of willpower or a flaw in your character. Your body is not broken. It is simply trying to communicate with you in the only language it knows. It is sending you signals of distress, asking for a different kind of nourishment, a more mindful approach. You are not alone in this experience. Millions of women across the globe are walking this same path, feeling this same confusion and frustration. They too have been told to simply lose weight, to try harder, without ever being shown the true nature of the imbalance within. Here, in this space, we will create a circle of emotional safety and understanding, a place where you can lay down the burden of blame and begin to listen to your body with compassion. We will not speak of good foods and bad foods, for that is the language of judgment. Instead, we will speak of wise choices and unwise choices for your unique body at this moment in your journey. We will learn to see food not as an enemy or a temptation, but as a potential ally in our quest for harmony. The first step is to recognize which allies are true friends and which are masquerading as such, their sweet nature hiding a disruptive force. Let us now speak of the first of these deceptive friends, grapes. They are small, convenient, and burst with a satisfying sweetness. We see them in bowls at gatherings, a symbol of luxury and health. But for a body with polycystic ovary syndrome, a handful of grapes can be like a sudden, intense downpour on our sensitive lake. The sweetness in grapes comes from a high concentration of sugar, which is absorbed into the bloodstream with incredible speed. Think of it as a flash flood of energy. In a balanced system, this would be manageable. But for you, this sudden rush of sugar sends a panicked signal to your pancreas, which responds by releasing a powerful wave of insulin to try and unlock all those resistant doors. This insulin surge is precisely the hormonal disruption we are trying to soothe. It shouts at your ovaries, encouraging them to produce more androgens, further disturbing the delicate balance of your feminine hormones. It is a cycle of chaos sparked by a seemingly innocent fruit. Can eating a simple fruit like a grape really cause such a profound disturbance in your body? The answer, with gentle certainty, is yes. When your system is already in a state of sensitivity, these small, repeated shocks matter. It is not about a single grape, but about the pattern of consumption. It is about understanding that what is nourishing for one person may be disruptive for another. The wisdom lies not in avoiding all sweetness, but in choosing it with intention. The practical path here is not one of drastic elimination, but of mindful replacement. Instead of reaching for a large bunch of grapes, perhaps you could turn to a small handful of berries. Blackberries, raspberries, and strawberries offer a gentler sweetness. Their sugar is bound with fiber, which acts like a slow-release capsule, preventing that sudden, chaotic rush into your bloodstream. This choice allows you to enjoy a touch of nature's sweetness without sending your hormonal system into a state of alarm. If you do choose to have a few grapes, consider pairing them with a source of healthy fat or protein, like a small handful of almonds or walnuts. This combination helps to slow down the absorption of sugar, buffering its impact and creating a much smaller, more manageable ripple in your inner lake. This is the first step in reclaiming your power, a simple act of conscious choice. But this is just the beginning of our exploration. The challenge presented by grapes is their immediate and obvious sweetness. The next fruit on our list is far more subtle, often celebrated as a pinnacle of health and energy. Yet it hides a starchy secret that can be just as disruptive to your hormonal peace. Before we continue on this path of discovery, I want to pause and ask you something from the heart. How many times have you felt utterly alone on this journey? How many times have you tried to explain your struggles, only to be met with blank stares or unhelpful advice, leaving you feeling like no one in the world could possibly understand what is happening inside your own body? I know how deeply that hurts, and I want you to know, with every fiber of my being, that you are not alone in this struggle. The confusion, the frustration, the grief, it is all valid. If these feelings resonate with you, if you have ever felt this profound sense of isolation, I invite you to leave a comment below with these simple words. I understand this struggle. Just write that, exactly as it is. Your message will become a beacon of hope, a signal to another woman who may be reading these comments in a moment of despair, letting her know that she has found a community that truly sees her and understands. Your courage in sharing these words can be the very thing that gives another woman the strength to continue her own fight for healing. Now, let us turn our attention to the second fruit, one that is a staple in households around the world, the banana. We are often told is the perfect food for energy, packed with potassium and goodness. For many, this is true. But for the woman with polycystic ovary syndrome, particularly a ripe yellow banana with brown spots, it presents a significant challenge. The ripeness is key. As a banana ripens, its starches convert into simple sugars. That sweet, creamy texture you love is a sign that it has become a potent source of fast-absorbing sugar. Consuming a ripe banana is very similar to consuming grapes. It triggers a rapid spike in your blood sugar, which in turn summons that powerful disruptive wave of insulin. This insulin surge not only confuses your ovaries, but also promotes fat storage, especially around the abdomen, a particularly stubborn area for women with polycystic ovary syndrome. It can also contribute to the persistent fatigue you feel. You might eat a banana for a quick energy boost, only to find yourself crashing and feeling even more tired an hour later. This is the roller coaster of unstable blood sugar, a ride that leaves your hormones in a state of disarray. Is it possible that this everyday, go-to snack could be subtly working against your healing? Yes, it is a difficult truth to accept, but it is an essential one. Acknowledging this is not about creating fear around food, but about cultivating awareness. The wisdom is in the details. A greener, less ripe banana contains more resistant starch and less sugar. This resistant starch is not digested in the same way. It travels to your large intestine, where it can actually feed your good gut bacteria, which plays a crucial role in hormonal balance. So, if you love bananas, choosing one that is still slightly green is a much wiser choice. You could also consider incorporating half of a greener banana into a smoothie that is rich in protein, healthy fats from avocado or chia seeds, and fiber from spinach. This balanced approach ensures you are not consuming the sugar in isolation, thus preventing the dramatic spike and subsequent hormonal chaos. This simple shift from a ripe banana to a greener one, or from eating it alone to incorporating it into a balanced meal, is an act of deep self-care. It is a testament to your commitment to listen to your body's unique needs. But the journey into understanding nature's sweet offerings doesn't end here. The next fruit we will discuss transports us to tropical sunshine and is often considered an exotic treat, but its intensely sweet nature poses an even greater challenge to our delicate inner balance, one that we must approach with even greater mindfulness. The third fruit that requires our mindful attention is the mango, often called the king of fruits. Its flavor is intoxicating, a taste of pure sunshine and sweetness. It is this very intensity, however, that makes it a problematic choice for women seeking hormonal harmony. Mangoes are exceptionally high in sugar and have a high glycemic index, meaning they cause a very rapid and significant increase in blood sugar levels. For your sensitive system, eating a ripe mango is like pouring gasoline on the fire of insulin resistance. The resulting surge of insulin is powerful and prolonged, sending a cascade of disruptive signals throughout your body. This hormonal shouting match can worsen acne, encourage the growth of unwanted hair, and make it nearly impossible to release the weight your body is holding on to. It is a fruit that, despite its natural origins and vitamin content, can actively work against your efforts to find balance. You may ask, how can something so natural, a gift from a tree, be so unkind to my body? It is because your body, at this time, is in a state of heightened sensitivity. It is like trying to listen to a soft melody in a room where a drum is beating loudly. The delicate hormonal melody of your body cannot be heard over the loud drumbeat of a massive insulin spike. The solution is not to live in a world without music, but to choose softer instruments. In practical terms, this means approaching mangoes with extreme caution and moderation. A few small pieces might be manageable for some, especially if paired with a meal rich in protein and fiber. However, for many women with polycystic ovary syndrome, it may be a fruit that is best avoided altogether during the most intense phases of healing. Instead, you can turn to other fruits that offer a more gentle sweetness and a lower glycemic load. Peaches and plums, when eaten in moderation, can provide that juicy, satisfying experience without the dramatic hormonal consequences. Exploring the world of berries remains your safest and most beneficial option. Remember, this is not a punishment or a restriction. It is an empowered choice, an act of love for your body. You are choosing to protect your inner peace over a fleeting moment of intense sweetness. If this information is resonating with you and offering a new perspective, I gently encourage you to press the like button and subscribe to our channel. Each time you do, you help this message of hope and healing reach another woman who may be feeling lost and alone. The sweetness of the mango is potent, but it is direct. The next fruit on our list is perhaps the most deceptive of all, as it comes in a form that many people believe is a concentrated source of health, a convenient snack for a busy life. But this concentration is precisely where the danger lies. The fourth category of fruits to approach with caution is one that is often found in the health food aisle, masquerading as a guilt-free snack: dried fruits. This includes raisins, dates, figs, and dried apricots. The process of drying fruit removes all the water, which concentrates the sugar and calories into a much smaller, denser package. A small box of raisins, for example, contains all the sugar of a very large bunch of grapes. Dates, often used as a natural sweetener in healthy recipes, are incredibly dense sources of sugar. While it is true that these fruits contain fiber and nutrients, the sheer concentration of sugar overwhelms any potential benefits for a woman with polycystic ovary syndrome. Eating a handful of dried fruit is like dropping a sugar bomb on your system. The impact on your blood sugar is immediate and explosive, demanding an emergency-level response from your pancreas. The resulting flood of insulin is exactly the kind of hormonal tsunami we are trying to prevent. It disrupts ovulation, fuels inflammation, and can exacerbate every single polycystic ovary syndrome symptom you are struggling with. Can a supposedly healthy snack truly be sabotaging your progress? Absolutely. This is one of the most common and misunderstood pitfalls for those trying to eat healthier. We are conditioned to see natural and fruit as universally good, but context and form are everything. For your body, the context of insulin resistance changes the rules. The form of dried fruit removes the water that would normally help you feel full, making it incredibly easy to overeat and consume an enormous amount of sugar in a very short time. What then is the mindful alternative? The answer is to always choose the whole, fresh form of the fruit over its dried counterpart. Instead of raisins, have a few fresh grapes. Instead of dates, have a fresh plum. By choosing the fruit in its natural, water-rich state, you are getting less concentrated sugar and the benefit of hydration and volume, which helps you feel full and satisfied with a smaller amount. This simple choice honors your body's need for gentle, slow-release energy, not a shocking burst of sweetness. It is a fundamental shift in perspective from seeking concentrated bursts of energy to cultivating steady, calm, and sustained vitality. This understanding is crucial, but our journey continues. The next fruit is another tropical delight, a symbol of hospitality and warmth. But its acidic sweetness can cut through your hormonal peace with surprising sharpness. Let us now turn our gaze to the pineapple. With its tough exterior and sweet, golden flesh, it is a fruit that feels like a celebration. But hidden within that vibrant taste is a high sugar content that can be very challenging for a polycystic ovary syndrome body. Much like the mango, pineapple can cause a significant and rapid rise in blood sugar levels. This effect is even more pronounced when you consume pineapple juice, which has been stripped of the fruit's natural fibers, allowing the sugar to hit your bloodstream almost instantly. This immediate sugar rush triggers that familiar cascade of hormonal chaos, starting with the overwhelming surge of insulin. This hormonal disruption can interfere with your menstrual cycle, contribute to cysts on your ovaries, and feed the underlying inflammation that is often a component of polycystic ovary syndrome. It is a difficult truth that a fruit so associated with vibrant health can contribute to such inner turmoil. Is it really necessary to be so careful with these beautiful gifts from nature? For this season of your life, for this period of healing, The answer is a compassionate yes. Your body is asking for a period of calm. It is asking for you to be the gatekeeper of its peace, to choose foods that soothe rather than agitate. This does not mean you can never taste pineapple again. It means that for now, while you are actively working to restore balance, it is a wise choice to limit it or avoid it. The practical path involves seeking out fruits with a lower sugar content and a gentler impact. A slice of cantaloupe or honeydew melon can offer a similar refreshing, watery sweetness with a much smaller effect on your blood sugar. The goal is always to find a joyful and sustainable way of eating that nourishes your body without triggering the hormonal imbalances you are working so hard to heal. It is about making conscious substitutions that feel like acts of self-love, not deprivation. Every time you make such a choice, you are sending a powerful message to your body. I am listening. I am here for you. We will heal together. This commitment to gentle nourishment is a profound practice of mindfulness. But the lessons are not over. The next fruit is a summertime favorite, beloved for its hydrating properties, yet its glycemic index tells a more complex story, one that we need to understand to protect our delicate internal environment. The sixth fruit that warrants our careful consideration is the watermelon. On a hot day, nothing seems more refreshing or innocent. It is over 90% water, after all. How could it possibly be a problem? The issue with watermelon lies not in its sugar content per se, which is relatively moderate per serving, but in its high glycemic index. The glycemic index measures how quickly a food raises blood sugar levels. Watermelon, despite its high water content, causes a surprisingly fast spike. The type of sugar in watermelon is absorbed very quickly, leading to a rapid rise and then a rapid fall in blood sugar. This creates the exact kind of roller coaster that a polycystic ovary syndrome body finds so stressful. This instability sends your hormones into a frenzy. Your adrenal glands may release stress hormones like cortisol in response to the blood sugar crash, further disrupting your overall hormonal balance and contributing to that feeling of being wired and tired. It can also trigger intense cravings for more sugar and carbohydrates as your body tries to stabilize its energy levels, creating a vicious cycle that is hard to break. So, while you might feel you are making a healthy choice by eating watermelon, you could be unknowingly setting yourself up for more cravings and more hormonal disruption later on. Can a fruit that is mostly water truly have this effect? Yes, because it is about the speed of absorption. Think of it as the difference between a gentle rain that soaks into the earth and a sudden cloudburst that runs off the surface. Your body prefers the gentle rain. The wise alternative here is to practice strict portion control if you choose to eat watermelon. A very small slice is less likely to cause a major disruption. An even wiser choice is to turn to fruits that are naturally lower on the glycemic index. Cherries, for instance, offer a sweet and satisfying flavor, but have a much gentler impact on blood sugar. By making these informed choices, you are becoming the master of your own inner climate, choosing to create a calm and stable environment where your body can finally begin to heal and thrive. We have now discussed several whole fruits, but the final category on our list is perhaps the most insidious, as it involves fruits that have been altered in a way that strips them of their natural integrity and turns them into pure, hormone-disrupting sugar. Finally, we arrive at the seventh and perhaps most important category to avoid: any and all canned fruits packed in syrup. This may seem obvious, but it is a crucial point to emphasize. Fruits like peaches, pears, and fruit cocktails that are preserved in a bath of sugary syrup are no longer a natural food. They have been transformed into a dessert, a confectionery that delivers a massive and unnatural dose of processed sugar directly into your system. The fruit itself is already a source of sugar, but soaking it in heavy or light syrup adds layers upon layers of refined sugar, creating a product that is guaranteed to send your blood sugar and insulin levels into the stratosphere. There is no nuance here, no gentle way to approach this. Consuming canned fruits in syrup is one of the most direct ways to destabilize your hormones. The extreme insulin spike they cause will aggressively promote androgen production, worsen insulin resistance, fuel inflammation, and actively prevent your body from healing. This is not a food that can be negotiated with through portion control or paired with proteins to lessen its impact. Its very nature is one of intense, disruptive sweetness. Does this mean all canned fruit is forbidden? Not necessarily, but it requires extreme diligence. If you must choose canned fruit, it should be packed only in its own juice or in water, with absolutely no added sugar. You must become a detective, reading labels carefully and understanding that marketing terms like light syrup are still just a disguise for added sugar. The most empowering and wisest path is always to choose fresh or frozen fruit. Frozen fruits are picked at their peak ripeness and flash frozen, preserving their nutrients without the need for any additives. They are a wonderful and convenient option for smoothies and other preparations. By completely eliminating fruits canned in syrup from your diet, you are taking a powerful and definitive stand for your health. You are drawing a clear line, refusing to allow these highly processed, hormone-disrupting products to have a place in your sacred body. This single act can create a significant positive shift, freeing your body from one of the most aggressive triggers of hormonal imbalance. If you have journeyed this far with me, it means you are truly searching for answers, for relief, and for a deep and lasting sense of hope. This channel, this community, was created for that very purpose, to help you understand the intricate language of your body, to help you regain a sense of control, and to guide you toward solutions that actually work. Solutions rooted in gentle wisdom and compassionate self-care. Please know that you are not alone here. We are consciously building a safe and sacred space where women just like you can find unwavering support and real, practical information that makes a tangible difference in your life. You do not have to navigate the confusing and often painful path of polycystic ovary syndrome by yourself any longer. If this is the kind of guidance and community you have been searching for, I warmly invite you to subscribe now and turn on the notifications. Every video we create is another step on the path toward a healthier, more balanced, and happier you. Thank you for sharing your time and your energy with me today. Be well and be kind to yourself.